Dr. Rios, Dr. Fix-It.
Dr. Fix-It.
So today we're at Chaffee College and we're going to have a lot of fun with this. What do you think?
I'm ready. Let's
Right.
do it.
Good. Switch again. And again. Good. Okay, relax. And that's how you need to run. When you're ready to run, do a postural reset before you start. Just be ready and give a postural reset, tuck your tush, tilt, go.
Tush tuck. Okay, got it. That hurts pretty bad.
Nicely done. Good. Okay, so now I'll tell you that what I was looking for. I'm looking for several things. One, I'm looking for foot mobility, whether your feet are stable or
Right.
not. I'm looking for knee dive, whether your knee goes in or out.
Yeah.
And I'm also looking for hip drop, which indicates core strength and hip stability. Okay, so I put these markers on you, on your shoes, on the back to give me a reference on your hand, elbow, shoulder, hips, and a line around you for video reference. In the video, we'll do a slow motion where we break it down and I can do some protracting angles on it so we can see exactly what's happening.
That's good.
This slow motion stride analysis is for Dr. Rafael Rios at Chaffee College on August 10th, 2017. In this video, I will work from head to toe. The first thing I like to look for is vertical oscillation. So if I draw a line across the horizon, we can see just how much vertical motion he gets as he strides. So at the lowest point here, just under the line, and at the highest point a little over the line. It looks like roughly about 4 inches, which is a little on the high side. Let's see if we can find out exactly why. The next thing down the kinetic chain is the shoulder rotation. He has normal shoulder rotation, which looks pretty decent. The arm swing right here, you notice his arm swing is a little bit across the center line rather than driving the elbow straight back and forth. If we draw a line to the elbow, he's got kind of an open arm swing. If he would maybe bring his hands up a little bit tighter and swing his arms more straight forward and back, that might help him improve his stride. The next thing I look at is his posture overall. He does have a little bit of lumbar lordosis where he actually arches his back just a little bit like that, not too much, so overall it's pretty good. Let's see, working on down the line, let's look at the thing that everybody wants to see, and that's the overstride. Typically newer runners or people without recent experience do have a significant overstride, and indeed he does. You'll notice from the shoulders down it's way out there. So from here out forward he's got about a 4-degree overall. And if we measure it from the hips, he's way out in front of his center of gravity. So right through the center of the shoe, he's actually got a significant overstride, about 17-18 degrees out in front. So the point being is he could really improve his running if he could bring that heel strike more in that position instead of out in front. You'll also notice he's got significant toe dorsiflexion or toe up angle right here. And to improve that, he would level his foot out so it lands more flat. This is pretty significant and may lead to shin splints. So at mid-stride right here, at the lowest point in his stance phase, he has some pretty decent heel lift, so that's not too bad right there. Gets his heel up pretty well. So about 90 degrees, which is pretty good. And toe off. Let's take a look at that portion. Right at the maximum hip extension at toe off. Let's go back and use this one. It's more in line with the camera. So his maximum amount of hip extension right here, right at the toe off, is kind of on the low side, about 19 degrees. Optimally, he should have over 20 degrees of hip extension, so he's got limited hip mobility, and he's probably compensating with hip rotation to get that leg behind him, and as well as swinging the foot forward with an overstride. Overall, not a bad stride, but here's what's happening. Right here at the impact, he's actually causing a little bit of a braking action, instantaneous. So as he loads the leg spring, the kinetic energy is being stored in the leg spring, and now it starts dissipating up the chain before he can release that free energy behind him. If instead he was able to land not here but more here, that kinetic energy would start loading in the spring, and before most of it dissipated, he would be releasing it behind him with free energy instead of being forced to muscle off. So instead of just springing off, he's muscling off, which is great for sprinting but not for distance running. Okay, that's it for this video. Let's move on to the next view. In this view, we confirm and verify what we observed in the side view, and the first thing I noticed is he has significant side-to-side motion, and that's because he's muscling off on each stride because he overstrides and loses a lot of kinetic energy. So instead of springing from foot to foot, he's muscling from foot to foot, which is pretty typical of somebody who plays basketball because they can get away with muscling up and down the court rather than trying to maintain a super efficient springy stride all the way across. So this is fairly typical. The side-to-side motion would definitely have to go away if he was to become a distance runner. The arm swing isn't too bad. That's again a product of the muscle stride instead of a springy stride. And I'm looking down the line at his knees. Does he get knee dive on impact? No knee dive. That actually looks pretty good, pretty stable. And same with the left leg, pretty good, pretty stable. Overall, not too bad. Let's look at his foot strike right here on his right foot strike. Again, he overstrides and heel strikes heavily, a lot of braking action, good amount of pronation. It's not overly pronating, so the foot rotating in looks correct. And on the left leg, the same thing. Now you'll notice it almost looks like he has a leg length discrepancy, like the left leg might be longer than the right. Let's look at this slowly. He probably has a lot of hip drop on the left leg. When he lands on the left leg, his hip probably drops. We'll see that in the next video. It's hard to see from the frontal view. It's real easy to see from the aft view. So there you go. Not too bad overall. A pretty good runner. He's got a lot of potential. Great fitness. Okay, let's move on to the next video. In this view, I notice he does lean a little bit to the right, gets some pretty significant side-to-side sway, and it looks like he leans a little more on the right side, so that would suggest he's a right leg dominant runner. So moving back, I notice his elbows don't drive real straight back and forth, which is not a big deal, but he would be helped if he would swing his arms straighter. The next thing I look at is hip drop. How much hip drop does he have? Let's draw a line across here. And at left leg stance phase, he gets some pretty significant hip drop there. As compared to the right leg, on the right leg he doesn't get near as much hip drop. Again, this would suggest he's a right leg dominant runner. That's his power leg. So he powers through with the right leg, and the left leg is a little bit lacking. So a little more hip stability work and core strength would probably help that part. Further down the line, let's look at those feet. He's a pretty good runner. He runs really straight. No dramatic malfunctions going on there. And I notice on impact, even though he's a heavy heel striker with an overstride, the foot pronates in nicely. It's not an overpronation. He does not need motion controller stability shoes. That's just the right amount of rotation. If I drew a line on there, you can see that that heel rotates in just the right amount. And the same with the right leg. Same thing. No over pronation there. So that's looking good. His heels come up nicely. His left heel comes up and works around the right, whereas the right doesn't do as much crossover. So he may actually have a leg length discrepancy that a chiropractor might be able to help him with. Otherwise, looks pretty good. Overall, a pretty good runner.
So right now what we're doing is a max heart rate test. I have the duck going all out, and we're going to stimulate his maximum heart rate. So he's done a couple laps, he's tired, we're going to take a quick break, then we're going to go for an all out. Okay, we're going to take a quick 15-second rest, and we're going to sprint it to the finish. And that's where we'll get the max heart rate. How's it feeling, Doc?
I'm dying.
5 seconds.
I just said 15 seconds.
I lied. Okay, here we go. Throw down, man. This is it. You're not gonna let the old guy beat you, are you? Come on. Okay, you're done.
One more time. One more time.
This guy got long legs.
He was crushing it.
I got to tell you guys that everything that Jim does is amazing. I learned so much. You know, doctors don't know it all. Everybody's got their own expertise. You got your body aches, you got your pain and your injuries.
You gotta
come see Dr. Fix It at Pomona Valley Chiropractic Clinic. And if you really want to improve your game in running and decrease your potential for injury, you got to see this guy, Jim Partridge. Runner's High, he's amazing.
RunnersHigh.com.
There you go. Thanks so much, appreciate it.
All right.
All right.
Good stuff.